What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/am I the antagonist? I don't like that as much, but whatever. This story's called, Am I the Antagonist for Moving After Winning Full Custody of My Sons? My wife and I got divorced last year. Our relationship failed after she was charged with felony credit card fraud and ended up pleading guilty to a lesser charge. She had been a stay-at-home mom for our two sons, 5 and 3, and had taken credit cards out in my mom's name to pay for God knows what. She shattered my trust. I work full-time and make a decent living, but nothing extravagant. I had no clue what my wife was doing until the cops showed up at my door with a warrant and took my wife away in cuffs and took 2 laptops as evidence. When I got the full story, I filed for divorce immediately. Aside from being a criminal, she was a good mom. She tried to justify what she did by saying that she was just doing what was best for our kids, which I felt was total beaver sausage given that she never mentioned wanting for anything, and anytime she asked to spend on something, I almost always said yes. I hired a good lawyer and asked for full custody of my kids. My ex begged me not to do that, saying she needed her kids, but she was still looking at up to a year in jail, and nothing her lawyer said could sway the judge to grant her anything more than supervised visitation. She ended up doing 90 days in jail, paying some fines and restitution, but I've allowed her to see our sons almost every time she's asked. The last year has been total hell, but we've made it work. A few months ago, I was offered a much more lucrative position a few states away. I talked with my lawyer about what it would mean if I moved and what the process was. He said that since I have full custody, I have to file a petition with the court to move. So I told my wife what I wanted to do, and she exploded. She claimed I was stealing her kids from her, and that she's made a lot of strides to get herself to a better place, and that she would fight me tooth and nail for her kids. Well, I filed the petition, got the go-ahead from the courts, and accepted the job. When the judge gave his ruling, my wife burst into tears and began sobbing. It was heartbreaking. I know in my head that I'm doing the right thing for my sons. They're young enough that a move like this won't be too traumatic, but I also feel like their lives have already been completely overturned, and I'm just adding more to that. As for my wife, she's a wreck. She's been begging me to reconsider the move, trying everything from guilt trips, manipulation, bargaining. It's like she's going through the stages of grief. But from my point of view, she did this to herself. She lied and broke the law. I have very little sympathy for her. I know at some point she will probably try to file for partial custody, and I'm prepared for that. For now, I'm just trying to do what's best for me and my sons. Does that make me a butthole? Edits. Thank you to everyone who commented, and even those who called me a heartless butthole for taking my sons away from their mother. This post has given me a lot of perspective, and I appreciate that. A couple of things that I want to clear up that I keep getting asked about that I wasn't able to include in my original post. 1. The area my sons and I live in is a smaller community. Not everyone knows everyone small, but close. The crime my ex committed was news here. It was in the paper. People know about it. I get weird looks when I'm out in public. People have stopped inviting my sons to birthday parties. I don't want my sons to be bullied and teased in school about their mother being a criminal. 2. I am not going to permanently alienate my sons from their mother. I'll make sure they are able to talk and FaceTime with her whenever they want. I'll be the one who makes the drive back and forth for them to see her until she is able to make arrangements to allow her to do so. I'll continue to work with my ex to make sure she is included in things like birthdays and holidays. 3. I know my sons and I will all need therapy from this. There is no good mental health help available where my previous job is. My new job offers on-site childcare, and I'll have access to counseling and therapy for myself and my sons that we would not have access to without moving. The schools near my job are head and shoulders above the ones near my previous job. 4. If my ex gets her life back on track and is able to move closer to us, I'm all for it. If she does the things she needs to do in order to petition for shared custody, I don't intend on fighting her for that. But until she does that, I will not allow her anything more than the supervised visits ruled by the court. I will also not ask for any of the court-ordered child support. We won't need it. 5. To all the people who screamed, "But she's their mother!" Yes, and she always will be. And I remind my sons daily that their mom loves them very much and that she wishes she can be with them like before. I am angry and resentful of my wife, but I work very, very hard to not let any of those feelings impact my son in their relationship with their mom. Alright, it seems like OP here's going at this with a very thoughtful approach. And that's good. We need more fairness in situations like this from both parties. So that's good. All right, this story's called Update! Am I the antagonist for moving after winning full custody of my sons? I got a lot of people asking for an update on this situation, and since a few things have changed, I figured I'd go for it. I did end up taking the new job and moving with my sons. We have been settling into our new lives quite nicely over the last month, and things have been going really well. My sons love the new house. They have made friends with some other kids their age in the neighborhood. My job has been going really well, and I couldn't have hoped for things to go better than they have. I got both of my sons into a great therapy program, and the three of us have also been doing counseling sessions together. My boys have been adjusting amazingly well, and I'm so happy and proud of how they've handled this. We've also made 2 trips back to see their mother since she's still in the process of figuring out what she will be allowed to do in relation to her probation. We've also been doing many video calls a week with her. My sons still don't understand why their mom isn't here with us, but they do seem to grasp that this is going to be their new normal. In comparison with how well myself and my sons are adjusting, my ex is the complete opposite. She is still angry with me and thinks I'm a complete butthole. She's frustrated with the process of going through the courts to be allowed to move. She's frustrated that I'm not willing to drive our sons back to see her as often as she'd like. She feels she's being marginalized in their lives and that I'm pulling them away from her. When she was complaining about all of this during our last visit, I reminded her that all of those things are consequences of her own actions. And she blew up at me, saying I'm kicking her when she's already down and I didn't need to take her sons away from her. I told her how well our sons are doing and how happy they are, and she should be proud of how strong and resilient they've been. She then started begging me to please move back so that she can be closer because she's not sure the courts will allow her to move and the process is taking too long. I told her that wasn't gonna happen, but if there is anything I can do with the court process, that I would be willing to help if I can. I reminded her that I haven't said anything about her not paying the court-ordered child support, but that our boys seem to be in a much better place already and I'm not gonna take that away from them. Every time we have a video call with her, as soon as she says goodbye to our sons, she starts asking me to consider moving back home. I tell her every time that is not happening. I'm not a robot and I do feel bad to see her so desperate and distraught. But when I look at my sons playing and laughing with their new friends, I know I've done the right thing no matter the cost to my ex. Stay strong, buddy. If she can just, figure her crap out, things will get better and she just needs to understand that and just stay strong, man. You got this. Good job. Alright, this story's called Am I the Butthole for Being Upset About My Birthday? I, 21 female, share the exact same birthday with my uncle, October 24th, and because of this, most of my family forgets about my birthday, and those that don't are more concerned with my uncles. It's how it's always been. I never got cake in all my years of living, or a gift in the last 8 years except for one on my 18th birthday for my own mother, but no one else. Not a card, nor a happy birthday message, which would suffice because it's not about the gifts, it's about the principle of remembering I exist, because my family couldn't afford it after the gifts for my uncle. Now, I don't hold it against him because he's the only one who genuinely remembers and gets me a card every year. I'd hoped when I married my husband, then at least I'd have a family, in-laws who'd remember. But now I've come to find out that not one person cares about it, even my husband, because my birthday is shadowed by his niece's October 27th birthday. They're all crowding round her. I don't blame her either, but I got very upset with my husband over this because not only is he trying to plan out the most extravagant gifts to send to her, but when I asked for a card, something so small but really significant to me because I rarely get them, and save the ones I do get forever, he laughed at me and said he needs to save money for the bills. And he's now mad at me for ruining everyone's fun at planning his niece's birthday, and in his own words, putting myself first. I'm actually very saddened by this because now not only do I have one family who forgets or doesn't care, but now I have 2. Why do I even have a birthday? Or why do I keep hoping the next year will be better? Am I the butthole? Okay! Thank you guys for the advice and all the well wishes. Sorry I couldn't reply to everyone as it was late at night by the time I saw how this started to blow up. I'm getting a little teary-eyed reading all these this morning. So honestly guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Okay. No. Okay, wait a minute. How did you ruin the planning for her birthday? Did you make a scene? Because if you made a scene, that's another thing. But it is justifiable given the context of this post. I recommend you let your husband read all this because, he definitely should prioritize your birthday, because this is obviously something that's a big deal to you, and I feel like you would have discussed it with someone you're marrying, or at least you should, because it can suck not getting acknowledged on your birthday. So yeah, I feel like if he knows about that, he should really make it a priority to make sure you feel recognized by at least just him. Alright, this story's called Updating You So Much! I'm so sorry for not replying sooner to all of you. I was overwhelmed by the messages I got on my birthday, so I thought I'd address them all here. Hey, what did I do for my birthday? I ended up buying myself a cake and some Baileys, alcohol, to have a mini celebration, picked up some face masks, clay masks, along the way, with some other bits and bobs, and had a nice little pamper day to myself. I think my husband may have understood I was a bit upset, and what he did was very sweet. I'll post photos on my profile in the morning. He ordered a delivery of a bouquet of pink roses, quite a large one, and they're my favorite flowers too. And I was the one who answered the door. I was floored by the message he put with them, which read, "OP, you are the love of my life. Always have been, always will be." And it did make me cry a lot. In a good way. I'm so overjoyed by that simple sentiment alone. I didn't know he ordered them or how, but I'm just happy about that. B, did you receive any of the cards? Yes, I did. Thanks to the kindness of Redditors, I got quite a few, and their memories I'll treasure for a long time. So thank you all for this kind gesture to a stranger, because you helped me feel a lot better about the day than I was expecting to feel. 7 cards physically came on my birthday, and all of them had words that I'll hold in my heart. C, did you enjoy your day? I did! Even though I couldn't do much outside of my house, I had a lovely day, which I don't think I'll forget for a long time. Thank you all! Thank you all so much for the well wishes and messages. I'm floored by the compassion I have been faced with over the last few days from my fellow Redditors. I'm sorry I couldn't reply to everyone, but I hope you understand that I am very grateful for all who have taken their time to upvote, comment, or message me. May you all have good birthdays and many great memories to last you. Heyo, that's a lovely story. I'm so happy for the happy ending, and I wish you the best, and I wish you many great birthday traditions in the future. Hubby, you redeemed yourself. Good job, buddy. Also, flowers. Those are no joke, okay? You think, oh, they're just stupid flowers. No, a good bouquet costs money. Like, you wouldn't think about it, okay? You see flower stands and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, just a few dollars. No. If you get a nice arrangement or whatever, like, old girlfriend, she was, like, obsessed with the idea of getting flowers because, you know, she had never gotten them before. And so, I got her an expensive-ass arrangement, when I was seeing her on Christmas. And, she was absolutely shocked. And she loved them. It was a really great time. So yes, flowers do work. They make people happy. Especially if you put a little stupid, sappy freaking card in there that you'd be so embarrassed if anyone read out loud. And trust me, you gotta make it super sappy. And if you're unconfident in being super sappy, you can do it to the extreme. And so you could be like, it's just ironic, you know? Yeah, just enjoy it. All right, to end things, we've got a doozy. Am I the butthole for not wanting to share my birthday with my dead twin anymore? Oh boy, okay. My 19th birthday is this Friday, and I told my mom and dad I don't want to do anything if we're gonna have the birthday for my twin too. I was an identical twin, and me and my sister were born early, and she died a few hours after we were born. Every single birthday since I was little has also been a birthday for her. We go to her grave and put flowers on it, and every gift has always had both her and my name on it. Mom gets really sad and always cries for a long time, and I've always felt overshadowed on my birthday. The grave visit and flowers and all have always been mandatory, and I was never allowed to have friends over or have a party until after we did it. I want to go to dinner with my boyfriend for my birthday at his house, and then I'm gonna watch movies with my friends. Mom is upset I'm not making the hour-long drive Friday to do the grave ritual and is really sad, and my dad is making me feel guilty since I'm their only living daughter and stuff. I told my mom I don't want to share my birthday with a sister I never even knew, and I'm done sharing with a ghost since this has been my entire life. My parents are really upset, and now I feel really bad, and maybe I should suck it up, but I'm just so sick heck of it. Edit. Okay, so I didn't expect this much attention, so I'll try to answer some questions I've gotten a lot of. First of all, I don't live at home. I live on campus, which is an hour away from my hometown. Second, I don't care if my parents go. They can do whatever they want, just without me. I've hated going to the cemetery since I was like 13 and realized how weird it was. But my parents were very, my health, my rules about going. I don't feel like standing over the grave of a dead baby just to pretend to feel sadder than I do. I know it's hard on my parents, but I just want to have a birthday without being guilted by them. My mom gets quiet and cries a little whenever my sister is brought up, and it's turned up to 100 on my birthday. She died the same day we were born. It sucks seeing her like that. I love my parents, but you can love someone and not like their choices too. Also, I have about 10 unopened messages right now. I won't be reading them. 2 of the ones I got earlier were really mean, and one said I should have died instead, so step off. Not reading any more DMs, don't waste your time. If you're afraid I won't see your opinion in the comments, try getting over it. Oh boy. OP, no, you're not in the wrong. Maybe you could be a little bit more gentle about it. I don't know how you said it to them. But no, you're not being ridiculous by just wanting a birthday without, mourning the death of your dead twin baby sister. That's just a bizarre situation. Like, I understand grief, and yeah, it's really sad that child never really had a chance at life. But, they should really consider how their living daughter feels about it, because eventually they need to move on and realize, yes, mourn her. Don't forget about her, obviously. But, I just feel like some of that's a little unnecessary. I mean, I don't think it's a typical thing to celebrate the birthday of a dead relative. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.